They call it the Lenovo ThinkPad Z16 Gen 1. And in this video, let's unbox it. I'm excited about this model because it is the big brother to the Z13 that we recently reviewed. Now, this comes in a variety of spec outs, and to be totally honest, I don't know which one they ended up sending me. So hopefully we'll have enough power to turn it on and figure that out during this unboxing. And if not, keep an eye out for the full review of this laptop. I'm super curious of the performance. Now, you have an option to getting up to a 6000 series Pro CPU, 6000 H series Pro CPU, which should pack a lot of punch, and also a discrete GPU. Now, the model that I have, I know for sure, does not have the discrete GPU because before setting it, they told me so. But I'm curious what CPU it does come with. So in regards to the charger block, we have a 135 watt charger block. So that is one reason I know we do not have the discrete GPU, and it leads me to wonder if we have the H series processor model or if we have the U series processor model. I'm actually leaning towards the H series with that type of power block because normally U series models, the max power block they come with is usually like 65 watts. So the 135 watts gives me a little hope that we're going to have an H series Ryzen laptop without a dedicated GPU. I would be so curious to how something like this performs. Feels good. Now for the great reveal. We have the ThinkPad Z16. A nice thin chassis, fairly light, especially for the size. This is the 16-inch model. Compared to the 13, you can see substantially bigger. This is, of course, the recycled vegan leather edition. Super good looking laptop, in my opinion. I think it's really neat. This, however, is the more, I don't want to say base model, but it doesn't have like those frills about it. Check out the assembly of this one. We have a black bottom cover. That's pretty neat. Nicely fit into the side panels. You can see the bottom cover fits into the side panels very nicely. So one thing that really stood out to me about the Z13 is the build quality was excellent. It felt like a fantastic, rigid, durable laptop, especially for creative professionals, business owners. It just seemed like a really nice fit, and it had incredible battery life. That laptop's battery life was unmatched that I've ever seen on my channel. Little tap test on the top cover. Yeah, these things are assembled very nicely. Looks like we have dual fans under here. We're actually going to pull the bottom cover off and we'll take a look at the interior to see what kind of upgrade path we have later in the video. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Hang on till the end of the video. Now, in regards to ports, I'm super happy to say that this laptop comes with a nice selection of ports. We have two USB Type-Cs, an SD card reader, and on the other side, we have another USB Type-C and a headphone jack. No ports along the back panel and actually no USB Type-A's, but we have three C's and we have an SD card reader. And it looks like one of those ports is actually going to be how you charge the laptop. We have a USB Type-C charger. So you'll be down to two USB Type-C ports unless you buy a dongle to charge the laptop. So just keep that in mind. I'm freaking stoked about the Patreon that we're about to launch. Absolutely. We're launching a freaking Patreon and you should join because it's going to be awesome. We're going to have never before seen content on the channel. Patreon, not channel. Channel's YouTube. So why is this content not being posted to YouTube? Well, the answer is really simple. I know that there is a tight group of loyal followers that follow my content, and I want to reward and be a part of the tight, loyal community that we have been building here as we've been reaching 85,000 subscribers. And I want to go deeper with you guys. I want to do live Q&As. I want to get face-to-face with you and chat in a live video call with my most faithful subscribers. I want to repurpose that content and put it on my channel so you can then be featured in my channel with me. I want to do exclusive giveaways that I can't just launch to the masses of communities. There's sometimes I get to keep laptops, but I don't need them. And so it's a place for me to basically just give back to my most loyal community followers. All right, back to the video. Let's do a quick open and close test. Opens, closes with one hand very smoothly. Really nice. It's really easy. Very little screen flex. on the top or the bottom. Love the assembly of this hinge. We have the two outer hinges and then a full bar here connecting the screen to the keyboard deck. Really good assembly here. And look at the interior. A nice, neat cluster, short key travel. It looks like we're having upward facing speakers with a nice large vibration click trackpad. Exact same as the Z13, except just a little bit bigger. Let's check out the difference there. So it looks like it's just going to be a tiny bit taller, if I'm not mistaken, of a trackpad, but the same width. So this actually takes what I loved about the Z13 and makes it a little bit bigger. So looking good right now. I'm excited about the laptop. I'm excited to see how the speakers sound during the full review. Personally, I'm very glad we have a full-size shift key and we have the smaller arrow keys. And so everything on the laptop right now is standing out to me as well built, well assembled. The only thing that I'm not like totally sold out about on this laptop so far is the fact that there's not an HDMI port. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the HDMI port. It makes it really easy to plug into projectors, TVs, and it just makes it a better kind of on-the-go friendly laptop. You don't need to bring any dongles along. So if they could add a USB type A and an HDMI, this would be like perfect. But I definitely have to throw in a little complaint about it. Otherwise, I sound way too much like a fanboy. People get mad at me when I compliment laptops too much. So I got the laptop fired up and I took a look at the processor. We have the AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 6850H. Never reviewed this processor, really curious about the battery life and the performance with the absence of a dedicated GPU. Was this a good decision on Lenovo's part to put an H series processor without a dedicated GPU for creators? I'm very curious because when I reviewed the i7-12700H without a dedicated GPU in the Asus VivoBook, I think it was the 14X, I was not satisfied with the performance. So let's see if AMD can do better, removing the dedicated GPU, giving us a powerful H series processor, and still having good battery life. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and turn off the laptop, flip it over, and check out the upgrade path of this specific laptop. Pulling off the bottom cover of the laptop, we have a 72 watt hour battery. No upgrade path for the RAM. However, we do have a full-size M.2 drive that is swappable, so you could upgrade the storage post-purchase. That would be the option to you. So not a lot of upgrade path option here. We do have the 2 fan configuration, so this should give us good thermals. Very curious how this H series processor is going to handle this thinner chassis. Normally H series processors are put inside of thicker gaming laptops, so definitely gonna have to find out how this thing tests out. Now, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability of this laptop, you can head down in the description below, click those links. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. Now, would I purchase this laptop? Off of the initial unboxing, regarding the build quality, the assembly of the laptop, looking at the keyboard and trackpad, I really like it. I'm a big fan of the vibration click trackpad. I like the short to medium key travel, like the big 16-inch screen. It has a lot going for it. Now I'm curious if the performance is going to give us as much satisfaction as the build and assembly keyboard and trackpad have shown me, and the port and connectivity. So really it's a top choice in regards to thin and light 16-inch business / creator laptops such as graphic designers, digital artists, and photographers. Again, links in the description below if you're ready to make a purchase, likes if this video has brought you some value, and subs if you don't want to miss out on the future uploads, and help us get to 100,000 by Christmas. I'll see you here in the next one.